entrepreneur or SME committed to innovation in any area or in any sector. We are part of IDIPA, the Regional Development Agency group, and we are increasingly more integrated in the group and having joint program. This is a good example of this joint program. For the last year, we have been working intensively in some emerging areas. They deserve special attention due to their energy or even their commitment. One area is the creative sector, another area is bioeconomy, bio and health, and then arrives the time to evolve, to detect new opportunity areas, and we are today here speaking about the possibilities on the field of Industry 4.0. Let's start with the agenda. Only just a brief introduction of the program. This program, Open Innovation, is only a part of a very big umbrella project, which is the Industry 4.0 strategy of the Principality of Asturias. What we would like to stress today is the possibility to have new opportunities for companies. Our industrial tissue uses new technologies, and we use this new technology leadership to reach industrial productiveness. This is also an opportunity for new companies, startups, young innovative companies, for developing solutions adapted to those companies. And this is also an opportunity for the whole region to find a strategic niche of opportunities to reinforce the regional competitiveness. This program of Open Innovation has different elements. First of all, there's a kind of public-private collaboration initiatives, tractor companies, government, startups, and other centers. This is also a question for leading tractor companies. They identify tech challenges. This is also an opportunity for startups or entrepreneurs. They can accelerate different products, different services, or even the company. This is also an initiative who also integrates in this paradigm of open innovation ecosystem. And this is also an element of regional investment attraction. This is the reason for why we are using today the English. Probably not the native English, but a kind of standard English in which we more or less we follow comfortable. Let's go for the part of the program. These are our 6 courageous and leading companies. These are courageous because they are involved in a program. They almost know who will be arriving, but they have the courage and the talent to identify an opportunity to improve, an opportunity to detect new possibilities, new collaboration situation, and also to reinforce its position in the regional ecosystem. They belongs to different sectors: the agro-food sector, the construction, machinery, metal, ICT, telecommunication, construction. All of them are here today to explain their situation, their company, their position, and to offer you possibilities to develop new projects. Open Innovation 4.0 is a program that offers you different steps to move forward. First of all, we are today here presenting the open call for entrepreneurs and for startups. This is a deadline of 1 month, and you, all the startups and these potential beneficiaries can reply to these identified challenges, but also remember you have this possibility to provide solutions, free solutions, what we call the open challenge. This means that if you have some products, some ideas that you would like to present to those companies, even if they don't fit the identified challenges, you are free to open. Just you need to choose this alternative, free open challenge, and you propose the solution. Let me say that it was one initiative that in the first edition was not planned, but in the end some companies did, and some tractor companies even accepted the solution. So now we have this standardized solution for every one of you. Then after the call for proposals, each tractor company is going to select one solution. This one solution, together with the tractor company, is going to be involved in a kind of acceleration program, which means that we are going to work during almost 3 months for the preparation and definition of a project. And then with this cooperation program made by the two companies, we are going to be focused in the phase 2, which is the implementation. The regional development company is going to launch a call for proposal, which is called also Open Innovation. You will present your solutions, your common projects to this call for proposal, and fortunately you will be granted with a subsidy to make the implementation of the solution for almost 1 year, a duration of 1 year. All the information about the call for proposal is in the website. You can link the website. It's AsturiasIndustria40.es. Then there's a chapter called Open Innovation. You can consult it in Spanish. You can consult it in English. And all the information about the program will be indicated in this website. Just to remember who are entitled to be the applicants, we are thinking in entrepreneurs, we are thinking in startups and young innovative or technology-based companies if they are established after 2010. Let's mean that the age of the companies should be less than 10 years, 9 years, between 9 and 10 years. And this is also open for researchers and for any other, let's say, private or person. But the business model should be presented. It's not a question of collaborating with a technology center, but if this solution proposed by the technology center or by the researcher has a kind of business model behind, and the group or the applicants have the possibility to become a company during the life of the project, then the solution will be accepted. The type of participation can be individual or can be also in partnership. In case you are a consortium, you need to take into account that all the companies participating should be eligible. They need to comply with the requirements I mentioned before. There's no geographical limitation. You can be based here in Asturias, you can be based in Spain, you can be based in Europe, or even all around the world. It's open for any international applicant. And just to remind that the researchers or the entrepreneur needs to be a clear business focus. This is the idea. The idea of the program is helping to promote a new industrial tissue, a new innovative tissue, and this is not a question only of a collaboration between a research center or a company. It's more a question of business cooperation. The call for proposal is now open. You can consult all the information and will be open till Tuesday, April 23rd. All the information is in the website. There's a chapter inside Open Innovation chapter which is called Participa, and it's very simple to do. You have a memory you can download. There's a simple template with all the information you need to fill in, and it's only 10-page maximum, which is not so much for a proposals. In case you are a company, you need to provide the evidence of the incorporation date for companies. Voy a cambiar a español porque esto es algo muy español. En el caso de que seáis sociedades ya constituidas, debéis darnos la inscripción en el registro mercantil. En el caso de que seáis empresarios individuales, el documento justificativo de alta en el RETA. This is something that we are going to describe in parallel for some foreign companies, but in case of Spanish, you need to provide those documents. Remember also, there's a kind of limitation. One single proposer can only submit 3 solutions. You can propose different solutions for one company should be difficult because you can provide for the identified challenge or the open challenge, and then for another one company, but the maximum is 3 solutions per company. Here you have the dossier, the report you need to fill in to submit. This is very simple. It's only a description of you and your background, your experience, your team, etc. A description of the proposed solutions, a kind of experience and previous, for example, implementation of the area. And you can also submit a kind of budget, but take into account that the budget is indicative. In case you can break down the budget in different steps, I recommend to do so. The tractor companies will not be forced to, of course, accept this budget. This is only a kind of starting point to negotiate. You, in case of being selected, you will have time to discuss these and other elements, but it can give you a kind of initial idea of the cost of the solution they are proposing to you. Remember also this initiative of the Open Challenge, so don't be afraid to propose different solutions, even if they don't fit with the identified challenges of the tractor companies. I must say that all the tractor companies are very open, they are very open-minded, and probably they will be glad to even know who will be your proposed solutions for them, even if they don't fit the exact identified challenge. For the selection phase is that any tractor company is going to select only one, a unique solution, and the selection criteria will be only the unique decision of the tractor company. We are here to accompany you, we are here to give you additional information if you need to do so. And this year, as a novelty, we are going to propose for the tractor company that you pre-select some solutions, and we will be offering you the possibility to meet directly the proposers. I think we can make this the final decision more easy. You can this face-to-face contact with, for example, 3 pre-selected solutions, and then at the end of this matchmaking meeting, you will be in a better position to select your definitive one. Once you have decided the final solution, the final company, as I explained to you, we will be involved in a joint project, companies acceleration program. We will be offering for the startups some kind of mentorization. Let's say 1 person from IDIPA, 1 person from CEI, and 1 person from the tractor company will be your contact point to develop the solutions and to create this joint program. We will be also organizing at least 3 meetings for all the tractor companies and all the definitive and the selected startups. The selected startups will be receiving a funding of 2,000 euros, which will be offered for the tractor company. This normally it is made in case of an invoice. It is the more simple way, but if you prefer a kind of collaboration, partnership agreement, etc., then we can think on different solutions. And all these 3 months will be to working in the negotiation of the key aspect of the implementation joint project. Normally, the key points to negotiate are regarding the confidentiality, are regarding the IP and the ownership of the results. Then we need to focus normally the scope of the implementation. Normally the challenges are so wide that we will need probably more than 1 year to implement, but we detect and we select the scope of the implementation. We divide into different implementation budget, and of course the budget. The budget is also a question to negotiate. Then for the phase 2, this means that the call for proposals of the IDEPA is launched. Fortunately, your projects will be selected, and then you will have 1 year for the implementation of the projects. For this implementation year, the call for proposals will be offering you a funding. The funding is according to the European regulation. European regulation normally gives different intensity of aid depending on normally your size of the project. This means that for the big companies, normally the funding is less than for the micro or the startup companies. But the idea of this project is that this is a collaborative project. Let's say you are not going to propose as a tractor company a subcontracting or any other solution. You are going to prepare a joint project, and the estimated budget of the project will be around 50,000–60,000 euros, more or less. Of course, when the phase 2 is made, when the phase 2 is running, and after this phase 2, you will have also possibility to have additional funding for the continuity of the business. We have the SRP funding, for example, in different formulas, and we are also open to detect any other possibilities to move forward the project. Just to finish, let me give you a kind of roadmap of the next milestones. Remember the date of 23rd April, which is the call closing. 23rd April is a Tuesday. Then we are going to propose you, for the tractor companies, that you will select or pre-select, let's say it, until three solutions, or we can be flexible this if you have more and you would like to meet more than 3 companies, then we are open to do so. And the matchmaking meeting is fixed for the 14th May. This is a novelty. For the tractor companies, we are going to post you a letter and an email. And finally, when the selection is made, we will have this phase, June, July, September, and probably the call for proposals will be closed at the end of September or at the beginning of October. Then you will have this 1 year more for the development of the project. I don't know if it is clear or not. It's the 3rd edition, so many of you have asked different questions all along the first and the 2nd edition, but now it's time for any question. If you have one, you can do it in Spanish. No, don't be shy. Everything is clear. Probably you will prefer the informal face-to-face question, just in case. Roberto, which is my colleague, Noé, me, and there's some other colleagues also from IDIPA. We will be glad to hear your question, and in case you have any doubt or suggestions, to feel free to ask. And apply. This is our recommendation, apply. We have had the meeting for the presentation of results of the first edition. It was 2 weeks ago, and it was incredible. It was incredible. The illusion and the situation, having this experiment, this implementation results made for these companies who were the first one of the participants of the first edition was very intense. And probably if you apply, then 2 years ahead, you will be here also to present, and this will be very good. So I think we have finished, at least for the introduction of the program and the general question, and we are going to move forward to the presentation of the tech challenges. So I'm going to call the first tractor, which is, let me see, Satec? Okay, Satec. Sí, yo te dejo aquí, sí. Como quieras. Como te están grabando desde el vídeo, igual mejor sentado. Pero si te quieres levantar un poquito, yo creo que con poquito plano se pueden arreglar.
¿Silla? Sí. Sí, ya lo sé, sí.
Cerramos ahí.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Well, first of all, let me introduce my company, Satec, because I think it's important to put in context our challenge. Satec is a 100% Spanish multinational ICT integrated company. Well, our revenues are around 1,000 million euros a year. We have more than 1,000 employees all around the world. And as I said, this Spanish multinational focused in the ICT integration. We are working all around the world in 4 continents and more than 20 countries, mainly in South America and Africa, and Spain and Portugal, of course. Our mission very simple: to create new, big, complex solutions in the environment of ICT. And our values: talent. We have a very good group of people working in SATEC. Innovation, teamwork, integrity. Well, we say that we are not only ICT integrator, but system integrator. It means that we try to develop big and complex ICT projects for the market. And of course, we are working in every different aspects of ICT, like services, networks, solutions, applications, security, OSS, networks, etc. And we work for different clients and sectors like telcos, public administration, utilities, industry, etc. Well, to finish this presentation, I would like to talk about the last innovative thing in SATEC. We have created a division or work group named SATEC 4.0. And we are trying to develop the market of industry 4.0, but we are focused in the enablers and the technological enablers of this environment of industry 4.0. In particular, we are working in things like virtual reality or augmented reality, big data, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence or data science, data analytics, etc., cloud computing and security. This is the main aspects that we are focused on. And we have created a concept named Lean Lab. Lean Lab is a concept to try to attract internal and external talent in order to create new research and development projects close to the market. And this is the environment to launch the following challenges. So, after this presentation, I will go to the challenge. In fact, we have presented 2 different challenges, but it's only one with different perspective. Our challenge is focused in the integration of augmented reality or virtual reality in the different process in industry 4.0 or 4.0. Are projects about virtual reality, augmented reality. And the 2 different focus could be 3. Could be monitoring and the inspection system, in fact, operational systems in this kind of new industries. And the other perspective is the lean manufacturing process, so it's the core process in the new management system in the new industries. But our point of view is to try to not only to receive a proposal, that is the final goal, but to solve different questions, important questions for us. For example, what kind of technologies about virtual reality or augmented reality can be used now, right now? And what is the grade of development of these technologies? Second is how to integrate Industry 4.0 with virtual reality, augmented reality. And how to create, this is the last point, how to create real and useful application for these aspects. Well, so the first perspective, well, the name is Monitoring and Visualization System for Agile Decision Making in a Factory Environment. In fact, is applications of augmented reality in operational processes. Could be inspections or different kinds of applications. But the question is to know how to apply augmented reality in these operational projects or processes. And we are thinking about three key aspects. First of all, how to integrate different data and data sources in the same system, and how to use this data using not only glasses or digital glasses, but other kind of devices, because we are looking for systems with a high grade of interoperability, a high grade of collaboration between different people or a group of groups of people, and a high grade of interaction, not only to see different things in the classes, but to interact with the different system and different people. So at the end of this challenge, we expect to receive specific pilots or projects to demonstrate how the virtual reality can be used in monitoring and visualization system, but could be other kind of processes. For example, training, no? That could be a very good focus in this kind of industry. Well, the second challenge is, in fact, is similar, but is focused in the application of management, of process of management. The name is Solution for the Integration in Productive Processes through the application of quality control and lean manufacturing. It's quite simple. It's how to apply augmented reality in different use cases or of specific tasks or systems about lean manufacturing. For example, the use of Kanban, how to do detailed scheduling or procedure of specific tasks in quality management or times or something like that. And it's quite similar. We are looking for system with high grade of interactivity, collaboration, and interactivity. This system should be not only a display, have to facilitate of the integration and the interoperability in different work groups and people. So this is our proposal. That's all.
Everything is clear? You would like to ask something to Satek? Don't be shy. You can use Spanish. We can do our best to translate. No? Everything is very clear?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Remember also you have this open challenge also, so the possibility to surprise the tractor company with your new and stimulating new ideas. Thank you very much. Now it's time to pass to our second company. Our second company is GAM. We have been informed that the person who is going to be present here has a last-minute incident and they are not able to join us today. So what we are going to do is to show you the video that GAM company is preparing, and then we are going to read the challenge, and I'm going to give you the contact of the person in order for you to have this content just in case you have any doubt or any suggestion. So if it is possible to put the GAM video. Thank you. ¿Dónde lo tenemos? ¿Tienes ahí? Vale. Ahí arriba. Well, as you can see, and the video is very explicit, GAM is a company who has evolved from a pure machinery rental company to a company of integral solutions. Integral solution for customer that requires not only machine but also services. This is the idea of the company. It's a multinational company, but it's a Spanish company that was founded in 2003. And as a result of a defined strategy and the acquisition of leading companies, GAM has continued to grow and expanded in its international presence. At the moment, it operates across 11 countries, across 4 continents, and is the leading machinery rental company in Spain and Portugal. And it's the only company in the sector to be listed on the Spanish stock market. So what is important in the challenge description of GAM is that the company, as the industry, service companies, or even SMEs, all the SMEs have the same problem, which is the cost-saving challenge. They resort to outsourcing of complete business processes and their associated tools. So GAM has a corporate information in a system that generates a huge amount of data, and they analyze all this data in a cumulative way to take business decisions. They would like to move forward the system. They would like to evolve towards a predictive decision base based on the conditions based of which was occurred in the past, but needs an artificial intelligence tool that analyzes all the data, that trains the system, and is based on this past data to predict that will be happening in the future. And the occasion is also the opportunity to even advance, for example, the breakdowns of margins of a possible drop in turnover of a business line. So as a generic definition of the challenge, they would like to have an artificial intelligence data analysis that learn from SAP historic data, which is available, base data, workshop data, contract data, logistic data, and to make prediction that allow GAM to anticipate strategic and operational decisions. This is a very wide challenge, as you can see. The key word here is the artificial intelligence, so the analysis of the data and any solution that would like to add value to the process or arrive to a better understanding of the data and better prediction of the data for the future will be very welcome for the company. This is what I can do to explain you the GAM challenge, but I would like to give you the contact of the person in the company which is leading the project and which will be the contact point. His name is Juan José Rodríguez Hidalgo, and I'm going to give you also his email, jjrodriguez@gamerental.com. Just in case you have any doubt, you have any suggestions, you would like to go in deep into the challenge or to know some details of the company that will help you to provide a more accurate solution, please contact Juan José and he will be glad to give you different solutions. Just an operational thing, all the information that we are going to show here in the workshop is going to be uploaded in the website for you to have. So the presentation and the videos. If the tractor company has any, let's say, confidential information, they will tell us, but in the contrary, all the information will be put in the next days in the website. Okay, PPT, videos, or any other information. So we're going for the third company, which is Mefasa. Diana, time to you.
Ya ves todo esto porque yo no puedo. Para arriba.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Diana Alvarez, and I'm a member of the IT and Innovation Department at Mefasa. First of all, I would like to thank IGIPA and CI for giving us the opportunity to be here today. And I would like to thank all of you for coming here to listen how you could help us in our transformation into Industry 4.0. So I've been told that I must speak for 20 minutes, and I will answer your question gladly at the end of my speech. I also give you my email if you have any question when you are at your companies. Okay. My purpose today is to talk to you firstly about our company, and after that about our challenges. I'd like to begin by giving you some basic information about Mefasa. I'm not sure if you know our company, but if you do, you will notice that we are not a big company because of our size. We are a big company because we are part of Glencore. We are just between 120 to 150 employees. And Glencore is, as you probably know, a multinational which is located in Switzerland, and they are dedicated to metals and mineral sectors, energy and agriculture. We are part of the mineral and metal sectors, exactly not in the division. Glencore had 158,000 employees in 2018, and they have a net of 50 companies around the world. And one of these companies, which you probably know, is Asturiana de Zinc, which is located in San Juan de Nieva. And they are one of the largest world electrolytic zinc makers in the world. And it is also our shareholder. Okay. Now, moving on to Mefasa. We established in 1965. Therefore, we have more than 50 years of experience in our business, which is the manufacturing of equipment in metal and plastic. We are located in San Juan de Nieva, and as you can see in the photo, we are in front of the commercial seaport, which is a really good value for our company. About our values, they are based on safety and health, environment, community, and employees. One, about safety, is our top priority, and I really like the sentence that every person who enters in our facilities has the right to finish their day and go home safely. And we also have our own safety program, which is called Glencore Safe Work. Two, about environment. Our company have developed a plan about this value, and we try to minimize our impact on the environment. Okay. Three, people. Our employees are our most valuable asset. As you probably know, they are the most important asset that we have in our companies. And four, last but not least, about community. We have a commitment plan where it is said that we must contribute with our community in their economic and social development. About our sectors, you probably know us because of the Navy sector, but we don't work in that sector anymore. We work in oil and gas or energy or even mining. For working these sectors, we have two different divisions, which are metal and plastic. We also have 4 different workshops. One of these is in development. These workshops are boiler making and machining for metal and plastic. And the other one is surface treatment with painting, blasting, passivation, and pickling. So that covers this point. Moving on to our mission today, which is our challenge. In this second part, I'm going to give you a brief introduction about what we want and why we want it. Then I'm going to tell you how is the situation nowadays in Mefasa, and after that I would give you the description of our challenge. Data is the most important value that we have in our companies. And the power of knowing what is happening at any time and everywhere is the most important asset that we can get. And why is this so important? I'm sure that you are always listening on the radio or you are watching on TV about companies which are doing business with our data, such as Facebook or Google, and they can know where we need a new tube entrance, or maybe they can change the situation in a traffic jam. For that, we were asking ourselves what could we do to improve our business by taking data from everything and everywhere in our workshop. Okay. We were asking ourselves what could we do if we knew when a stoppage is going to take place in our equipment, or even what would we do if we could know when a mistake is going to happen in our production. We also
chupa español si quieres.
No. Furthermore, what could we do if we knew where our people were and how many movements they needed to do for doing their job? Okay. And for us, the answer to this question could give us a change in our way of working. They could give us a change in our planification and our production strategy. Okay? And in addition, our customers are asking ourselves about the parameters that we used and why we use it in their equipment. They want a better manufacturing control in our company, and for that reason we were thinking to take data to give them the best answer that we could get. I would like to point out that giving them this answer could give us a competitive advantage over our competitors. Okay. Now, about the situation in Mefasa. All of our workers have a PDA where they have to tell us what they are doing at any time, and they also have to do a checklist for maintenance. This checklist has to be done every fortnight, and this system is developed in our ERP. With the platform we use is Belneo, and it is all developed by our system programmer. Okay. We have a local server where all of our data is kept and saved, but we know that if the amount of data that we are going to take now is too big, we need to move on to a cloud server. Okay. In that case, all of the data has to be encrypted. Now moving on to our workshop. In the boiler making workshop, we have on the one hand a robotic welding system, which is manufacturing a serial product, and on the other a robot which is in progress of testing. And we also have submersible welding and several welding machines. In this kind of machines, we need to know which parameters they are using at any time, and if it's possible, the position of each equipment. We also have hydraulic press brakes, bending rolls, and band saws in this workshop, and we would like to know when they are in use and when they are going to have a stoppage. And in the machining workshop, we have several kinds of CNC machines from different ages. These kind of machines could be milling machines, rolling machines, or even lathes. And in this one, we want to know when they are in use and when they are going to have a stoppage. And this is really important for us because sometimes we have just a machine where we could manufacture our equipment. We can use another one. Okay. We also have cranes and other kind of machines, but that is just position and when they are in use. We also have another project which has to be easily connected with this one, and this is where our people are at any time. We want to use the PDA and the wireless and GPS. And we know that it's a huge amount of equipment that we have, but we prioritize the machining workshop and the welding machines with robot included. Okay. And now I would like to recap to the point that I've mentioned. Mefasa wants to register the use and location of each machine and then analyze it. With this data, we want to obtain performance indicators and predict any problem in the medium long term. We seek to interconnect machines, people, and processes. And we need your help to develop a system that gathers, stores, and processes data from each machine with the aim of making an analysis of this data to follow the process and predict problems. As I said before, it has to be interconnected with our ERP, which is Presentación. Okay? And that's bring me to the end of my speech. And if you have any question, I would gladly answer that.
Any questions? We appreciate very much the effort you put in the exact description of the machinery. I think this will help a more accurate solutions, and probably if you have any question, Diana, you will be around here all the morning, so
email.
You will be able to contact Diana or any other colleague. All the information, the PPT, will be also uploaded in the website, so you will have all the descriptions more strictly speaking. Thank you very much, Diana. It's time now to move to the next tractor company. We are going to change completely the sector, and this is time for the agro-food sector with Cafento and Pelayo.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. First of all, thanks Anidepa, and thanks all of you for coming here. My name is Pelayo Collantes, and I'm marketing manager in Cafento. Okay, and I'll go to show you first of all the company. I have 60 pages, but I promise that I'll do it in 20 minutes. Okay, I'm going to go fast, but I'm going to show you all the products and history, and then I'm going to tell you the challenge. Okay, we think for today. So our mission is it's clear. I think is to have a key and active role in the coffee market, promoting the coffee culture and trying to help our customers to adapt to the market that change very very quick, and we need to give them products and services to be better than their competitors. Okay. The company we started in the 30s. We are a family company. The first generation, they start in 36 in Tineo. At the beginning it was only a shop, and they roasted coffee in the shop. Then the second generation started, they separated the shop from the roasting, so they started distributing the coffee all around the region of Tineo. And the third generation, in the third generation we started buying other companies, and we started to develop the portfolio of products, are the main points. In the history, we bought different companies. The first one, it was in 1987. It was Café Sareces in Grado, really near here. And the last one, it was in 2017. It was Caballo Blanco in Albacete. So in the middle, we bought several local companies all around Spain. We will see it later. And in 2008, we created Cafento, it's like the company, but it's not a brand. It's not. We don't have any product with Cafento brand. It's important because sometimes nobody knows that, no? So we bought different companies, and then Cafento is the result of lots of local companies that they add to the company. So we are a global company because we are, well, quite a big company, coffee company, but with a local focus, with a local approach, by the local brands, because we keep the brands, and with the sales team, because we also keep the sales team of each brand, that allow us to, to know the market and to know the different needs of each region. And we also have an infrastructure, one of the most modern coffee factories in Europe. This is located in Tineo, and well, I invite you if you want to visit it when you want. It's not so far away in Tineo. Okay. We have like I told you, we have the factory in Tineo, and then we have 9 commercial offices all around Spain. We have Barcelona, Valencia, Madrid, different places. We also sell products in the world, but we are not really focused in export products. We started a few years ago, but we have to recognize that we are really focused in local, in Spain territory, okay? But well, we have also sales team in France and Slovakia, and we sell, well, different countries. We have around 400 employees and 19 brands, quite many brands for marketing department. And we had 73 million euros income in 2018. Okay. The product portfolio is very large. Is one of our, I think, is our different points from competitors. And we have 2 strong concepts that we are multi-category and multi-brand. We think that this is really important to keep, because it gives us competitive advantage in the market. The brands, we have 2 global brands, 2 national brands, that they are Montecelio and Meridiano, and then we have 17 local brands. So sales team, normally they sell local brand and the national brands, but they sell one local brand in each region, and all of them they sell the global brand. Well, I'm trying to explain very quick, but I hope you understand a little bit about our brand strategy. That is a bit difficult. And then we have also 8 categories of products. It's not so usual, because normally coffee companies, they have coffee and maybe infusion, sugar, and not much more, but we have developed a very large portfolio in last years, and this is very important because it's more difficult for the customers to leave us, not because a contract, but because they are more faithful to us, because if they change the coffee, they have to change more products and look for another supplier. So and also because we earn much more money in a visit, because if we don't sell only one product, we sell different products. So this is really important, and we put big effort in develop the portfolio all the time. The brands, we have Meridiano is best price. So this is it's a tactical brand. It's like, okay, to go inside one customer that is only worried about the price, but it's not our best brand. Okay, we don't love it very much, but we needed to have, not to put down the price of the other brands. So we think that's why I said it's tactical brand. Okay, the local brands, we have 17, and we have basically the coffee beans and sugar and instant coffee. So it's not a large portfolio. And then we have the most important brand, and the biggest one is the biggest because of the quality, because of the number of products. So we have coffee, a big range of coffee products. We have this in PET packaging that is well, it is different because the coffee is produced in protective atmosphere that keeps the properties of the coffee for a long time. But then we have different coffees in 1 kilo bags. We have origins of coffee for final consumer. We have capsules. It's not our system, but it's our own capsules. Well, later I will tell about the capsule, but we have 8 varieties of capsule, and it's a closed system, only for us in Spain. Okay. And the capsule, I didn't tell you before, but we are focused mainly in HoReCa market, in professional market. We are 80% of our income is in cafes, restaurants, and whatever. But with the capsules, we work as well in other markets like retail and offices and vending. Okay, well, because of the products, it's easier to do it. Then we have instant coffee. Then we have a really large portfolio of infusions. I think Montecelio brand is known more by the infusions, not so much by the coffee. And this is something we have to work hard to change it. But well, it's an strength for us also that the infusion, we have a very quality portfolio of infusions, and well, we are proud of it. We have the simple bags, we have pyramids, it is more quality product, and we have also the loose leaf tins, like to put it in the filter, and well, we have different options for different customers. Then we have also 18 chocolate flavors, also in sachets for preparing the professional machine. That's why I'm saying that we are focusing on HoReCa market. And then we worked hard in last years for this category, but it's not so easy. We did lot we developed lots of products, but it's not easy to go on because we are competing here with, for example, Coca-Cola or beer. So we think that we have to take an space in this category, but well, it's not so easy. That's why we are developing new projects almost every year. We have frappés, we have iced tea. It's like a tea mixing with water. And then we have coffee complements like biscuits and condensed milk and whatever. Okay, lots of products, sugar, and all these products we are approaching to the challenge. In these last years, I've been working in Cafento last 16 years, and since I started, I suppose before, we always try to add value to our customers, not only to sell a product with a price, but to offer products and services that with something different from competitors. That's why we developed maybe 15 years ago the product with this packaging, and we put different complements like a different cup with a different coffee machine, and we started when the coffee price it was around 8 euros per kilo. We started selling the coffee in 20 euros kilo. For sure, salespeople said that we were crazy, but we started, and then lots of company came later to sell coffee high quality and higher prices. We also bet on capsule in 2008 when the capsule it was only for home, and we bet on capsule for professional market, and we developed an important project that is more than 10% of our income now, so it's really important for us. We also put effort in decorate the different places of our customers just to help them to sell more products, and also we personalize the menus, and we have lots of products, so we cannot do only one menu, the same one for all of our customers. That's why we try to change them depending on the products they select. The other important point is the school, our school. We have been for the last 20 years giving and training the professionals in preparing coffee, in coffee culture, about the origin of the coffees, and well, all the secrets to prepare a good quality coffee. So now we have 8 baristas. That the barista is the professional of the the coffee, and we do lots of trainings to not only to customers, also organizations and professional schools and whatever. We also train for the championship all around Spain to customers that wants to participate in that championships. So we are proud of this project, and we are really proud of our social main project that we help down organizations to learn about coffee and to give some tools for them to go to get a job. It's not easy, but we did some some steps, and at least we have been 7 years learning them, teaching them. We are very proud because they are really thank about that, and it's a really great project. So the final point is about the challenge, and the challenge is about innovation. We like I told in the presentation, we develop lots of products and services, and we need to develop much more and much faster, because market is going really quickly. The different companies, everything is mixing, and Coca-Cola bought coffee company, and Starbucks and Nestlé are making alliance, and so everything is going really faster, and the local companies they have to specialize, or they are going to disappear. So everyone has to move and to innovate. So we have innovated in last years, I suppose, like all the companies, with a normal process where we receive ideas from everywhere, from everyone, maybe every moment of the day, but probably is not in the proper place, and is not in the proper moment. So this is a problem, because sometimes the ideas, we lose some ideas. Sometimes the people who gives ideas to the company, they think that nobody listen to them, to the ideas. Also, it's difficult to receive ideas from all the departments and all the regions, because we are separate, and normally the central offices are leading the projects. So we need to change that point, because we think there are opportunities. We think there is an opportunity to receive more ideas from the different departments of the company, especially from sales people, that they are the persons who are in touch with the customers and with the customers. Also, the process is very complex. It's manual. It's not efficient, and we need also mechanisms to evaluate the different phases of the process of the tunnel. We have this is an example of an innovation tunnel, but in the different phases, normally different departments has to make decisions and have to say okay or not, sometimes it's difficult to put it in the right moment and in the right place. So ideas sometimes takes a long time to go on, but I think it was useful, the system, in the last years, but we think that we need to go ahead and to have something better to our innovation process. That's why the challenge we propose for today is to develop a platform that allows the company to channel the process related to innovation with phases that are approved if certain items are fulfilled, and that this allows to continue moving forward with the process. In resume, we need a platform that make the process automatical, that allow us to receive more ideas from all places and all departments, and for sure we need a platform useful. We need a platform easy to use, because we have 400 people and not all the employees are used to work with technological tools, you know, so we need something easy. And I think also it's important to have something attractive visually, something, you know, like most of platforms and whatever. And that's it. I don't know if it was. I've spent much more time explaining the company. I think the challenge is the main point is not so complicated. We are a service company, not technological, and we haven't got any difficult point in that part. So the challenge is easy, at least in the presentation.
Any question for Cafento, for Pelayo? No? It was good to know the real context of the innovation in your company, and probably and this will also help to propose you a more focused solution. Thank you, Pelayo.
Okay, thank you very much.
Then we move for the next company, which is Suaval. We also changed the sector.
Vamos a mover esto. Gracias.
Te lo dejo aquí abierto porque no se filtra que quieras.
Empezamos.
En el primero.
Por aquí. Okay, hello, good morning everyone. My name is Manuel Ángel Martínez, Chief Innovation Officer at Suaval Company, Suaval Group. As most of the companies here are present, I want to thank IDEP and CEI for being here. For us, it's a really pleasure being here with all these companies. We will work with some of them. We're going to separate our presentation into different areas as usual. No? The first one is to present our company, that gives us important information about the challenge. No? That is going to be the second part of our presentation. In this case, we are talking about Suaval Group, who we are. We are going to give some brief historical reference. Suaval Suaval was in 1978 and began working with Asturiana de Zinc. In this case, that belonged to Glencore Corporation, and we continue working there after 40 years. No? So I think that we are doing things so well, no? More or less. As you could see, it's a family-born company, and our main activity is in industrial insulation, no? in different areas. We are talking about coal, heat, and also acoustic, and so on. We will see in the following minutes. The second reference is about the international process. No? In 2020, due to the crisis in Spain, as you have known and suffered, we have to move, and we continue working here in Spain, of course, but we decide go out with some big companies of Spain. In this case, we will talk about that companies. And that give Suaval the possibility to work with them abroad. No? So we take that position and try to follow them all around the world. The third milestone in this case is the incorporation to Suaval Group of Banner Technical Insulation. That is a company that previously belonged to Saint-Gobain. Saint-Gobain is a French multinational that you better know as here in Avilés. They manufacture for the automobile industry, the glasses and tempered glass and so on. So it was an important milestone for us because that create a huge company, a huge group that increase our areas. No, we increase with a acoustic area, with a nuclear area, and so on. No? And last year we become the first company, insulation company here in Spain, and we are world leaders in solar plant. No? And we're trying to continue with this leadership. That is not easy. As you will see, we become as a reference, working in more than 25 countries during the last 6 years, and with revenues about more than 60 million euros. I'm going to show you a video in the beginning, and we talk about that. In this case, you could see some of these areas we are working, and then I try to explain our process. That it could be really interesting in this case to know about the challenge again. Okay, what we do? We give an integrated package of industrial insulation service, as you could see, and work in different lines of action. We are leaders of thermosolar plants. We are talking about insulation, and we have some patents talking about this area that belongs as continue being leaders in this area. Cryogenics and LNG, we are talking about liquid and gas. No? And we have more than 2.5 million man-hours dedicated to prefabrication and installation of these systems, and helping our customers and our clients also to develop new systems, new ways to improve that insulation. Nuclear plants, we are working here in Spain in 100% of the Spanish nuclear power plants that we are now in fashion, talking about the new situation of the power here in Spain. No? And we have there different products, and also work with encapsulated insulation. It's a really interesting area. And the acoustic ones that we are accredited by the administration to conduct officially validated by the acoustic studies. We are talking about the RERA, or RERA, no? That belongs us to develop studies when you need to pass some administration process or some of these kind of things. We work not only in new projects, we are working also in maintenance projects and new construction areas and facilities. And we continue trying to improve our process to give solutions to our clients. We have other lines of action, that could be industrial scaffolding. I think that we are talking about more than 5,000 scaffolding structures, and I think we are around 10,000 structures. And this was part of that grow as part of our business in insulation. No? As you know, when you have to insulate some pipe, you need put your people there, and you need this structure, this scaffolding. Passive fire protection, that is important for the industry. You have to protect your structure to avoid the collapse, and you have to give them 90 minutes, 60 minutes, 120 minutes to avoid that happens, and try to solve that situation or the fire to be solved. Polyurethane foam, this is another area that is growing steadily and that have changed how to insulate things. And this part is asbestos abatement. We had to remove this material that could be dangerous for the health. Our company is prepared and have the people prepared, and we have a lot of experience in this area. These are the main lines of action of Suaval in this case. Where we work worldwide. We have four in this case. Yes, I don't know if 4 or 5 in this case. Workshop, stable workshop, where we prefabricate our materials that are in Spain, here in Asturias, in Polígono de Tabaza. We are working too in Barcelona, and then we have a workshop in South Africa, India, and Chile. Okay, trying to cover Asia, South America, and Africa. Of course, we are working in different countries, as I previously said, more than 25. And I want you to remember some of these places, no? Because it would be interesting for the challenge I'm going to try to introduce. So remember where you want to work, and we talk about it. And we have here, I don't know if it's clearly show the different branches that we have all around the world. We are talking about the República Suaval Dominicana, Suaval Bolivia, Morocco, South Africa, USA, Chile, India. We have also in Bangladesh, and the last one is Suaval UK. That is in fashion now with the Brexit. We have moved there. I don't know what's going to happen, but we are there. And these are our services, no? Supporting clients on projects around the globe, strategy alliances with supplier and local partners, local service suite to meet the needs of international clients, And production siting, as we talk, Spain, South Africa, Morocco, and Chile. And who we work for? Of course, we are trying to give our best and offer high quality, and we work for these different companies in different areas. No? Of course, some of you been here in this case. I think that I'm sure that you are here. In this case, Glencore Corporation, you are there. We work with most important companies, Spanish companies, and also directly with foreign engineers. Okay, that is our brief presentation that I hope that helps you to know about our challenge. I'm going to read the title of our challenge, that is mainly, as others colleagues have shown here, no? We are talking about data, no? What is that is in fashion now, the data, how to work with that data, how to manage that data, and so on. And we have to, it's the improvement of capture, presentation and analysis system for productivity performance at industrial facilities. The application should be based on automation of process technologies, whose final objective could be to speed up the decision making. I think that someone here talk about the decision making and talk about the importance of the data. The summary is we are going to try to explain better than with this brief definition. No? I want you to imagine that you are a site manager of Soaval and you are working in a project. Some of you have selected Jamaica. We are talking about work, okay? If you select Jamaica, probably you are working in a biomass plant. If you select South Africa, you are working in a thermosolar plant. And you have an important meeting today with your client. And also you have to organize or get organized your teams. Imagine that you have more than 100 people working for you, and you have to put them in the different places of the plant. No? You have to know. You have to move them to a pipe to know the progress. You have to move to a different area. You even have to know if you are on time or not, if you have delayed in some area or you are forward the client requirements. And you need all that data on real time, and also you not only have this meeting with your client, that is an important client, but you have also a meeting with your boss, and you need to know what are going to be your next movement to try to accomplish with the results, with what your client needs. So. What we are doing now, okay? We are using a lot of time, we are wasting a lot of time, a lot of resources trying to obtain that data. We need to know the progress of that insulation area. If you are insulating a pipe or an area, we need to know where we are and if we are on time or not. If you are delayed or you have to move some people to another area. Okay, and we are talking about 25 countries, and we are talking about a lot of people working for us. Not only direct people, we are talking about subcontractors too. Okay, so we need to know, and we have to know that information in a platform, in some place where we could manage that data or those data. To do the decision making. No? So these are the objectives, no? To create that system, to transfer that data to a friendly environment, and also carry out comparison between the real progress to the expected progress, and analyze the deviation of the completion. What is our challenge, no? And what is the challenge of many of these the companies, that we dedicate more time to get that data, to enter that data in the system, that to analyze that data. And this is an important problem, that we are not only wasting time, wasting money, and also dedicating resources that could be interesting for other things, no? That would apport value to the company. Of course, we have different input data, and we could use PNIDs, that is some information that our clients give us to prepare the project. That information will be checked in IDEPA's page, or if you want more information, I will send you some of these systems, of these graphics. And one of the challenge too is that not always have the same information in the same way. We could use that PNIDs, we could use, as we say right now, the isometric, we could have the 3D models, but that information is not always the same. Okay, we could receive of different engineers with different structure. So these are the most important for us in this case, that this is the isometrics. Now we have to list all that isometrics that include all this pipe. Each isometric will include 1, 2, or 3 pipes, and there are pipes that we have to insulate. And also we are talking about that we have different steps during the insulation. First of all, we have to insulate with mineral wool or with different insulation materials, and then we have to create the cladding, that is the metallic material that we have to cover that insulation. Okay, and could be of different materials. We are talking about aluminium, stainless steel, carbon steel, would be different. And the third one that could have could be the 3D model. No? In this case, it's a thermosolar plant, and you could see that there are a lot of pipes. Imagine that in a solar plant, we could have more than 1,000 pipes, different pipes of different size. We are 3-inch and insulated 200 thickness, 24-inch and insulated with 400 thickness. Is different. Each pipe is absolutely different. That is other challenge between the challenge. No? And also, you have a problem that we are working in open spaces, of course, but also in confined spaces and under and closed spaces. So if you are thinking about drones, that could be not a good solution at this moment. Not only because we are working inside places, but also because we are talking about important and strategic facilities. So we are not going to have the opportunity to, or the permission of our clients or the main client. So we have to think about it. Okay, it's not easy. And at the end, what we wanted is something like that. Of course, is something that gives us an image of the real situation, with the deviation in between real and estimated. And also, we need to know if we are on time. Okay, so we need to know if our client have released some pipe. When we talk about release, is when, imagine, once the metal constructors have erected that building, that pipe, you have to test that pipe with pneumatic or pneumatic mainly, and with water, in other cases, hydraulic methods. So once they passed that test, you have released the pipe to insulate. So we need to know if we are ready to insulate that pipes, and the time between that pipes have been released, and we are going to begin working with them. I think that there are a lot of change inside this challenge, and there are a lot of things to talk about. I think it's not easy, and we have now this information, but with a lot of work, as I told you, spending a lot of time, and spending a lot of resources. And I think that we try to automatize that process. That will be really important to us. No? And we could use your own platform, or we could analyze with a platform that we are working with. In this case, we use ClickSense, and we are using Power BI. I don't know if I'm being so quick trying to explain that. There are a lot of things. Of course, when you talk about what you are doing, it's absolutely different, no? Because we are talking about an area that is absolutely different to this, your company, these startups, and sometimes it's complicated put in our boots, no? And I know it. So if you have any question, I'll be here to try to answer it. Yes?
Just to be sure, from a security point of view, the higher standard will be the nuclear
yes.
I can imagine.
Yeah, a nuclear plants is our security, highest security system. And also, we are talking that we are working in different areas. Imagine in Morocco or in the US, you have a high standard of security too, and it's really complicated to have the permission that allow us to fly drones or to use that type of technologies. So you need a lot of permission and talk with a lot of people to try to do it.
And regarding the data itself, do you think it's more on the facilities, on the premises, that the people has to introduce data from an input point of view, rather than the analysis and the structure, how you structure the information? People will be involved in
people are involved in this type of things, but in a manual way. Okay, you have a paper, a sheet of paper, and you write the progress of the pipe. In this case, the insulation part of the cladding part, and you have to enter all those data in a Excel spreadsheet. So it's not
there is
useful.
no bias in how they interpret the advance of the
No, who have to interpret are mainly the site manager or people in charge of that. The information could be, you could try to use a type of sensor, or I don't know what you need it, but something that you have to move. You have to think that we are working at the same time in more than 100 pipes. So imagine you need an important amount of sensor that you have, that is complicated, have to move, and also you have to think if you could let that sensor there, no? Because some of that pipes are going to reach near 150 centigrade degrees, so that could affect the process.
Any other questions? No?
No. Well, thanks for
Thank
your
you.
attention.
I'm trying now to move to our last company, which is Vodafone.
Ah, sorry. Perdona. Me iba con todo eso.
Si no, ya está. A ti.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for attending this meeting. I'm I'm very proud to be here, really, because I feel very close to the entrepreneurial world since I've been working for startups many years. So I know exactly how you feel, guys, regarding raising funds, bureaucracy, all this stuff. So for me, I'm very glad to be here. My name is Gonzalo Fernandez. I'm responsible for Smart City IoT and Big Data for public sector in Vodafone Spain. And the first thing I want to thank, obviously, the CEI and the IDIPA for inviting us and give the opportunity to my company and me to represent and be in this meeting and this event. So Cristina told me, first of all, we want to present what Vodafone is, and then we present the challenge. And the first thing I want to share with you is I prepared like 100 slides and also a big speech about what Vodafone is, but probably all of you know what Vodafone is, at least one of the main parts. You know, we do mobile solutions, fixed solutions, IoT, cloud and hosting, and many other stuff. But I think it's a great things, big things we're doing. But I want to focus on some of them. And well, the first thing is I some figures. We offer mobile service in 24 countries, fixed services for 17 countries, and we have joint venture in many areas like Kenya, Australia, and other. We have partners in other countries, 55 other countries. But I have many figures. I can show you many figures, but I think it's quite boring to keep going with that. But so let me put a video instead. I think it's going to be much more graphic. And okay.
Sí, sí. Quizá no mucho, porque el ángulo no es muy amplio para la cámara, pero más o menos.
Okay, so let me stand up. If I have to keep in mind one sentence of this video, is the new opportunities. We are living in the best moment ever, really. Economically speaking, we're in a great moment. Why? The crisis passed by, thank goodness, and there's money. There are European funds, there are public funds and private funds. We are willing to invest in new things, in new ideas. So this is a great moment to do it. But also, technologically speaking, we're at a great moment. We have enough technology to do anything we want, really. Vodafone is very well known by a telephone company, your mobile phone, etc., etc. But we are doing much more than this. As you see in the video, we are involved in many other projects. We are using the technology available in this moment to do many things. For instance, we have smartphones. We are thinking about smartphone like the device itself, but not only think about what can you do with your smartphone that is smarter and smarter. Think about all the data we can capture from this device. We are doing great things with this data. But also 4G and 5G. 4G, we are the network in Spain. For 4 consecutively year, we have the best network for 4G in Spain. But also 5G. 5G is going to be disruptive, totally disruptive. Why? Not only because we're going to have higher speed, we're going to have lower latency. And this is a key question, a key thing for the future solutions. Why? Because low latency is less than 1 millisecond. So this is going to allow us to cast new solutions regarding, for instance, Industry 4.0, 4.0, robotics, in terms of virtual reality, augmented reality, and also in health. If you see the last day, in the last Mobile World Congress, Vodafone provided the 5G network to perform the first teleassisted surgical intervention with the Dr. Dr. Lesi, the team of the Dr. Lesi was the head of the gastrointestinal department in the Hospital Clinic in Barcelona. That intervention was broadcast in the last Mobile World Congress, and this was performed with the 5G network. We are studying more than 100 use cases to use 5G in different solutions. So this is an important thing we have to take in consideration, because the 5G is going to be a disruptive technology. Okay. What else? We have cloud. Obviously, we strongly believe cloud solutions are going to be the best in the next future and in the present. Why? Because they are sustainable solutions, like technically and economically. We bet very hard with cloud solutions. Oops. IoT and narrowband IoT. IoT, we have 75 million connections in the world. We are the leading company in the world of IoT. We don't say that. The Gartner group says that. So we are in the quadrant of Gartner, and we are the best company IoT. 75 million connections. This is a great thing, because it's the base of IoT. Narrowband IoT is also our solution. It's a standard of the telecommunication sector. We adopt this standard, and this allows us to give more solution, to penetrate in some areas that we cannot have coverage in these areas, underground. We have the devices of the narrowband IoT last much more, up to 10 years. The cost of the communications cuts until 10%, or more than 90% of the cost. So it's a big technology that is the base of the future. Okay, I'm gonna want to show you a video of narrowband IoT and IoT we have. It's last year video, so it's not updated. They're talking about 50 million devices connected. Now we have 75. Okay, so it's the last video I promise I put. So, but I think it's something gives you an idea what we're doing regarding IoT, and the challenge is regarding IoT and data that becomes from IoT. I think it's important to show you if it works. Yeah. Okay.
Vodafone is the world's largest mobile network and a recognized leader in the Internet of Things. Our powerful managed IoT connectivity platform offers you full control, flexibility, and easy integration of customized solutions. The platform is available in all Vodafone markets and an ever-growing partner network. With our global SIM managing over 50 million devices.
Vamos a ver.
Well, anyway, I mean,
¿Por qué no? ¿Está Luis? Luis, ¿hay algún problema por el que el vídeo no pasa a la pantalla?
anyway, it was a.
Es un tema de entrada, a lo mejor del propio vídeo, que no se ve aquí, pero no se visualiza en la pantalla.
Está linkado, sí, pero está el archivo está dentro del. Así no ponerlo directamente, ese IoT. Sí,
IoT es ese, ¿no? Vale, pues vamos a ponerlo ahí.
A ver. No.
Pasarlo a la pantalla
Vodafone is the world's largest mobile network and a recognized leader in the Internet of Things. Our powerful managed IoT connectivity platform offers you full control, flexibility, and easy integration of customized solutions. The platform is available in all Vodafone markets and an ever-growing partner network. With our global SIM managing over 50 million devices. And we're adding more than 1 million new connections every month. Vodafone offers the broadest range of connectivity on the market, allowing you to control all your IoT connections worldwide. 2G and 3G connectivity in over 200 countries, and 4G in more than 100 countries. IoT satellite connectivity for the remotest parts of the world. And our pioneering NB IoT technology connecting millions of devices previously inaccessible. Offering over 500 features and capabilities through a simple, personalized user interface. Today, our highly secure and geo-resilient platform supports over 8 million smart meters, more than 7 million automotive vehicles, and over 1.5 million health monitoring devices. With over 1,400 dedicated IoT specialists around the world, Vodafone can provide the best IoT solution to transform your business, wherever you are and whatever you do.
No sé si lo podemos traer otra vez a la pantalla.
Es que no hay ratón.
No.
Ah, pues esto.
Sí, podemos escapar.
Sí. Gracias. Okay, so what else? No.
No, es que aquí no lo vemos.
Es que no.
¿Quieres ponerlo?
A ver, sí.
Hay como una segunda pantalla por ahí.
Sí. Ahora, ¿dónde está? Aquí. Vale, okay. So what else? We are working in Vodafone with social network because we realize the reputation is so important. So we decide to use social network to control our reputation for ourselves. But we decide and we realize that that was a very good solution. So we try to implement in other customers. So they need to know what they are saying from them. What is the opinion of the different customers about yourself or the company you work with. Okay. We are working in open data. We give all this data and open it to other companies to use it for good purposes. We're working in projects with augmented reality. We are talking about augmented reality and virtual reality. This is something very important because we are using for maintenance, for predicted breakdowns or whatever. But the good thing now with 5G and the process capacity, since it could be in the cloud, you don't need to wear these heavy glasses. So probably it's going to be a change in the virtual reality and the augmented reality. We are working on Industry 4.0, but also for tourism, for guide tourism and museums and things like that. So I think it's another technology we are working, and it's going to be very, very important in the future. Next one, obviously, is artificial intelligence. We are talking about artificial intelligence everywhere, but we are doing very little about this so far. The big ones are doing great things for consumers, but in Industry 4.0, the appliance for artificial intelligence are very little. Big data analytics is so important. We have a big data department in Vodafone, most of them from Asturias, and we are using data we gather from the antennas and the mobiles to predict what is when we have problems of coverage, but also to see where the people come from in order to improve the bus stops, or improve put new bus stops, or put new routes for buses, or to know where the people come from for tourism purposes, for many other stuff. So we are using big data analytics now in this moment, but there are many things to do. Many things to do. There are many use cases still waiting for people like you to tell us what to do with all this data. We are using drones for emergency purposes, for surveillance, for many other things, and we fly a drone with 5G technology, so that could be another use of technology, and obviously blockchains. We are start using blockchain for some projects, especially for public sector. We are working on that. I have to say, it's many things to do also. We are not finished any project with blockchains yet. Okay, so there's a huge possibilities in this area, and how Vodafone is driving all this innovation. We create an ecosystem, and Vodafone Innovation Ecosystem. Okay. This is the I don't know if it worked. Anyway, we have we create a Vodafone Innovation Ecosystem that implies we have three states. One is inspiring. We have the Vodafone Observatorio de la Empresa. Probably you see in media. It's inspiring videos to promote and to motivate others to innovate. And we put some cases from cities, from companies. They're doing innovation projects to motivate others to accomplish this kind of. It's what we call is Observatorio. Oops. It's okay. It's inspiring Observatorio de la Empresa. Then we have the knowledge. We have inspiring, but we need the knowledge. So we capture the knowledge through the business university. We did some programs and partnership with universities to gather all this information, all that knowledge, and then put in common and to the service to the companies. And we have the third stage is this test and run. Test and run implies for physical places. One is Business Experience Center in Vodafone, that you can see all the solutions, the commercial solution already ready to sell in Vodafone, from IoT to cloud and hosting, fixed, converged communication, everything we have in the Business Experience Center in Vodafone. Then we have the Vodafone Smart Center. It's focused on smart city solutions. We are talking about IoT and analytics, big data, but focused for smart cities. Then we have the Vodafone Data Center. We are investing a lot of efforts and resources to improve our data centers and give you the best services for our data centers. And the last but not least is the Vodafone Lab. Vodafone Lab is an area in Vodafone when we try to connect it, companies, startups, people who knows specialize in a certain area to answer a challenge of a certain company. So what we are doing here, but very widely in Vodafone, what we do is you have a problem, give us a challenge. So we try to pick different stakeholders who knows regarding blockchain or whatever the challenge is about. We try to mix many of these stakeholders, put in the same room, and then try to answer that challenge. Why? We use different methodologies, and it's a brainstorming area. We have all the media you need to do it, so it's very nice to be there and know that the Vodafone Lab. And all of this is in Madrid, in this area, except the Smart Center that is in Seville. Okay. So if I have to wrap up, and if I had to say a sentence, I would say this is the moment. There's money, there's funds, and there's technology enough to do whatever you want. So take advantage of this moment and let's do it. So move on to the challenge. Obviously, has to do with the data. We are in the data area. It's the data, the petroleum, on the future, on things like that. It's fashion, it's something, but it's true. Data, we have a lot of millions of data, but most of the time we don't know what to do with that data. We need use cases. I said we were working on more than 100 use cases for 5G, but data, we have a lot of lacks of knowledge. Okay, so our challenge is we are working for obviously ambitious and innovative startup. That's something that I've never seen a startup that is not innovative and ambitious. So I think all of you can follow this requirement. But the second is use the Vodafone Rich IoT connectivity data. We have a lot of data, a lot. Sometimes we don't know how to do it, what to do with this data. Customers, especially customers, don't know what to do with the data. In previous presentation, they have a lot of data, but I don't know. They need use cases. Use cases is the key thing, really, believe me. We need use cases. We have to know a causal relationship. No a causal, no casual. Causal relation between data. Why, if happens this, the consequences is going to be that. This means machine learning, artificial intelligence. So data is the key thing, okay? But we need to know how can we use this data for. So the proposition will use artificial intelligence or big data or machine learning before the artificial intelligence, sorry. And it has to have application for within the industry 4.0, wide term of industry 4.0. So it's not strictly to a specific area. And how can what we want to do is brainstorm and present back the idea you have, and how can you utilize our data to produce an innovative solution. How? Pues, well, explain clearly what is your idea about. Please be sure that that idea is not in the market already. Okay, it's not a copy. If you want to copy, it's okay, but do better. I mean, innovation is not doing something new, always. It's something better. Okay, but please go for the market and see if your idea is in the market already. Why is differential? Okay, I'm listening many companies regarding IoT and data, and many of them are giving us the same solution. So please, why is differential from others? How would you build it? Well, at least you have 10 pages, so I don't need to be very specific, but at least I have an idea, high-level plan. The budget you need, obviously with the money you got from this call, is probably not going to be enough, but please do a business case, okay, and a plan, and how much money you need to do this idea real, okay, and who are you, and the examples of your credentials. This is something very typical. And when I was in the startup world, and if you know something, to do something, do it better, but don't change. If you're doing tables, try to do better tables, but don't try to create cars. Okay, so you know what I mean. It's something that if you're doing many things in your area, and it have to do with the data, that's perfect. But if you have nothing to do with the data and you have a great idea, well, if you know how to execute it, that's fine. But have examples and credentials of what you do in the past, that helps too. Okay, so from my side, this is all. I think I've been briefly enough. And thank you very much. I hope you.
Any question for Gonzalo? No? Okay. Everybody's very shy today, but probably in the informal networking we will have time to ask some questions or to make some deep descriptions. We are almost finished. No, you can stay. No. We are almost finished. We have shared today with you different stories of different companies in different sectors, with different backgrounds, but with common challenges related to digitalization and Industry 4.0. As you mentioned, many of you mentioned, there are keywords. I think today the keyword is data, what to do with data, how to capture data, how to create added value for the company, for the customers, or for the process, no? For maintenance, for predictions, for added value projects, etc. And also to capture innovation moments in the company. It's also important to increase the level. Just to remind you two themes. Remember that in addition to the identified challenge, you have the open challenge opportunity, which means that you can propose freely your solutions to the companies, and have in mind the closing data of the call for proposals, which is the 23rd April. It's a Tuesday. 23rd April is the final day for the call for proposals. Then we are going to be in the selection phase. For the tractor companies, we will give you more instructions, but thank you very much for those of you attending, also for the people who is following in the streaming channel. And thank you for the tractor companies, not only for being involved, but also for this deep effort of explaining and even explaining in English. We are trying to build an initiative which is also building building a region. I think many regions have different advantages. Maybe the advantage for Asturias is to have this rich ecosystem with people integrating and people collaborating, tractor, startups, research, etc.
maybe it's the good advantage we can offer. And this is all. And we wait for your applications. And thank you very much for attending.
Ya se nos complicó aquí el...
Sí, siempre, siempre.
Siempre, ¿te das cuenta?
Siempre falla, siempre.